Hello and welcome back to another episode of Jolie Journal. Today I am going to take you behind the scenes again, but I'm going to go a bit more in depth about some of the aspects of running Jolie Femme store, our sustainable packaging, how long our garments take to make, what we use. So if you are interested, continue watching and spend the day with me. Okay, so the first thing that I thought I would go a bit more in depth about is how to order one of our custom garments. So custom means it is made to your measurements in your choice of vintage fabric, and you get to choose from all of our silhouettes. You can also make customizations to add pockets, buttons, the length, change the sleeves. So I thought I'd go a little bit more in depth into how you order. I get a lot of questions about this, and it's actually very, very simple. You can do it on our website or through DM. You can just send us a message. So the first step to order a custom one-off piece is you head to the custom section of our website. You need to choose your silhouette. So we have so many different silhouettes to choose from. There are even more available on our website. Some of my favorites are the picnic dress, the market smock, and the cottage dress. We also do little sets and tops on their own. So if you head to the custom section, you can browse our silhouettes. These beautiful illustrations have been done by my friend Jessie Atkins, and they will give you an idea of all of the shapes that we have available. In ordering your custom one-off garment is, of course, choosing the vintage fabric. So all of our fabrics, we have so many to choose from, they are all vintage sheets and quilt covers. Each set of sheets makes only 1 to 3 items, so it's very highly likely that your order is going to be a one-off garment and no one else is ever going to have a dress the same or a top the same. So if you head to the fabric section of the website, that is where you can browse all of these beautiful vintage fabrics that you can see behind me. I try to add new vintage fabrics every week or fortnight. So add your fabric to cart along with the silhouette, and that is how you design and order your one-off piece. Step in ordering your custom garment is, of course, sizing, and you have the option to choose from standard sizing on our site, or you can even supply your measurements for a perfect fit. So if you supply your measurements, we will add the allowance to make it a beautiful free-flowing garment for you. I thought I would show you how to measure yourself. So the first measurement that we need is your bust. So this is the widest part around your bust, like this. The next is your waist. That is the smallest part, probably above your belly button. And then the last is around your hips. That's the widest part around your bum and your hips, so quite low down. And you also can even supply the length that you would like it finished at, or your height as well. So we will, make it accordingly. If you would like to add pockets, we can also do that for you. We can add extra frills, we can add ties, we can change the length of the sleeve. You're also more than welcome to supply the width around your arm for the elastic. And if you would like buttons for breastfeeding, you can just measure from the top of your shoulder down to below your bust, just so that we add enough buttons so you can freely breastfeed. And it is as easy as that. Selecting your silhouette, choosing your vintage fabric, and supplying your measurements. You can enter your measurements into the notes section upon checkout, and we will then hand cut and sew your one-off custom piece especially for you. We offer this as I think it is really, really important to have a perfect fit, something that will last you generations. It can take you through before, during, and after pregnancy. And I want these pieces to be keepsakes. They are forgotten vintage sheets that can now be worn and loved for generations. I thought I would now take the time to answer a few frequently asked questions that come in. The first is, how long do our garments take to make? So each handmade and custom garment is hand cut and sewn one by one. So we will lay the vintage fabric up and cut it out with our pattern. in your sizing with scissors. After we have worked out the best pattern placement of the fabric, this can sometimes take quite a long time, even half an hour per garment, to work out the best layout for the fabric so it's going to look its best. We then sew them on domestic sewing machines. So this is a standard sewing machine and an overlocker. And depending on the garment, they take about 1 to 4 hours per garment. The next question is, why vintage sheets? Some people are so shocked and surprised when I say that these beautiful dresses and tops and skirts are made from vintage bed linen. It is such a random material to use. And the reason why I use vintage bed linen is, one, because the quality. They are such high quality, they have already lasted a very, very long time, and they are going to last generations more. The other reason is I feel as though vintage sheets have been a little bit forgotten. They are not in style to put on your bed anymore, and they aren't being used. They are flooding thrift stores. There are ladies that have cupboards full of vintage bed linen that they are not using, so we may as well turn them into something that is going to be loved and worn every single day. The third reason is actually the sustainability aspect, which is the backbone of the entire business. I will not use any material that is brand new, as I believe there is so many beautiful things in this world already that we truly do not need to use anything new. We can use what is already created and turn it into something new. We don't create any waste either, so all of our offcuts are kept, and we use them to create accessories, so hair accessories, hat bows, the belts, masks, scrunchies, all kinds of things like that. So yeah, those are the reasons. Quality, they're absolutely beautiful, they are unique as well, and the sustainability aspect is probably the biggest reason why we use vintage sheets. As reducing our impact on the earth is such a huge part of Jolie Femme store, I thought I would share a little bit about how we savor these vintage fabrics and ensure that we produce no waste. So when I source a vintage fabric, I will always wash it and hang it in the shade using natural detergent, so it's all beautiful and fresh. We always check it for quality, often looking for cotton. And if I do see any sign of wear, such as pilling, I can always use this little device, which is a de-piller. This is a great thing. You can get these at so many different places, just like big department stores, and they are battery operated, and by using this you can bring this fabric up like new. So if it has any pilling on it, you just turn it on and rotate the device over the fabric, and it collects all the little bits of pilling in the bottom, and it's honestly like new. It's such a good tip. And then with any offcuts that we do have from cutting and making the garments, we always make accessories. So for example, little scrunchie and masks. So this is all made from offcuts, and they're so cute together. These are always available for sale, and sometimes I pop them in orders for good customers. So yeah, that's just a few things that we do to ensure we produce no waste. I thought I could now show you a few examples of the beautiful designs that you can create and order for yourself from our vintage bed linen. This is the picnic dress. So this is a custom order for a customer that I think is absolutely beautiful. It's got this beautiful peach sort of rose vintage fabric, and the picnic dress is perfect for breastfeeding, perfect for pregnancy bumps, but it can be worn by anyone. I find it such an easy fit, so if you lose weight or gain weight, you won't even notice with this style. It's got the soft elastic in the top, the beautiful puff sleeves, and a flowing skirt. So yeah, that is the picnic dress. This one here is the market smock, which is so popular. This again is for a customer. We added pockets to this one, as that's what she was after. It's just $10 extra per pocket, so yeah, you can see the pockets there. Isn't it gorgeous? This one's such a retro print, I love it. So the market smock has the square neckline, puff sleeves, and it's a shorter length. So a bit of a mini, perfect with boots. And you can of course customize this to anything you like. You can take off the sleeves, have longer sleeves, add a frill to the bottom, anything you like. We also add buttons to this one quite frequently for breastfeeding, so that's lovely. As for sets, we have a few different styles. This is the prairie set, which I pretty much live in. I love my prairie set. It's got this beautiful tiered long maxi skirt. And the little crop is so cute. It's got puffed sleeves, the square neckline, the same as the market smock, and there's soft elastic in the bottom, which just sort of, you know, hugs you in above this skirt. So that is the prairie blouse, and yeah, the prairie skirt. I'll show you this fabric because it is so beautiful. I love it so much. We also have the tea set, which is another favorite of mine. It has the bow in the front. You can also wrap it around and tie it at the back. It has these beautiful puff sleeves, and the skirt is similar to the prairie skirt, though this one just has the one flounce at the bottom. So we like to wear them high-waisted and yeah, wear it as a little set. So that is very cute. That is just a few examples of the beautiful pieces that we have available. They are some of my favorite silhouettes, very feminine, and yeah, just bringing that into your everyday life. I thought I would now talk a little bit about sustainable packaging, as of course with these sustainable items I want them to arrive to my customers really beautifully, but I don't want this to impact the environment in a negative way. So in the post I send all of my garments in these beautiful brown cardboard boxes. They come flat packed so I can fold them up as I need them, and they come from an Australian company. I wrap the garments themselves in recycled tissue paper and a piece of twine, which can of course be used again by my customers, all recycled. And then I also have some postcards, stickers, and business cards that I include as sort of like a swing tag sort of thing. And these are all printed on recycled cardboard, and they can all be recycled by the customer in their bin, or you know, given away as a promotional item. So Vistaprint is where I get those printed. So if you're starting a handmade business, I would highly recommend them. They didn't used to offer these sustainable recycled options, but now they do. And yeah, that's about it. I think it's very important to wrap your products beautifully, but this does not have to affect the environment in a negative way. And with that, I thought I would leave this video here. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Jolie Journal, and I will see you next week with another video.